Gibb runs right of the lane, no good. Roll call, an offensive rebound, throws it back out. Cannon, a good look three, bam! And she picks up right where she left off.
Utah, the last time they played each other, so not to respect her and not to be sure that you're there on the catch, that's going to be a problem. You know, you don't want to talk about shooting a lot as keys, and I generally don't, but it might be one tonight just because it has been a storyline that's really hurt them in the last half of this season.
There's Delaney Gibb, all-conference last season, the unanimous freshman of the year. Heard Sandy's report on her explosive performance in this building last season. L.A. Sneed goes left. Roll call there to block it out of bounds.
They have to rebound and force turnovers because they have the capacity to score. They just need to limit Utah's extra possessions that can take advantage of their own depth and their own shooting abilities. Well, Reese Ross is just going to be a key. Her ability to get to the rim is...
A 5-5 game early on. Cannon against Ross goes with the extra move for Roll. She collects and scores. Lara Roll, the senior from Germany.
Those are the little things that are going to lose games for you or win games for you. And so Utah getting the chance on an out of bounds, and then they follow it up with the next possession. Lonnie White from three, so a little bit of a run going there.
BYU struggled keeping Lonnie White out of rhythm. She's off to a great start here today. 10-7 game. Loose ball. Gibbs got it. It's a 5-on-3. That means open from the corner is Hamlin, and we're tied at 10. She had 16 in that win over Utah last month. Gibb around the roll call screen. Gives it to roll call, who runs down the lane and scores. Beautiful two-player basketball of this first quarter. It's Gibb against Otto. Sneaks inside, lays it in, and BYU will take a 3-point lead at the end of this first quarter. Lonnie White comes around and gives it to Ross. Here's L.A. Sneed, exactly 5 points in her last 5 games. Maddie Wilkie hit 3 threes against BYU. That's her second knockdown today. Wilkie, who was shooting just 21% from the outside the last 4 games. That one clangs out. Yusuf the rebound. Benali up ahead. Here is Hamlin, who lays it up and in. Hamlin, great speed up the court. She ties it at 21.
Looks like with some enthusiasm and effort off the bench tonight.
Gibb steps back, scoring 101 for the 101st field goal of the year from Delaney Gibb.
That's just pure beautiful basketball from Gibb. You're not going to stop that unless you're about 5 inches taller than her.
Walker against roll call, another block. Gibb cut off by Jumpstead, now drives right, clock down to 5, splits defenders and scores. What a finish by Delaney Gibb. Utah. And Delaney Gibb takes the screen from Roll call rolls to the rim, and she continues to tear it up tonight.
So this is the pick and roll that you see, and so there's the roller now. Once that happens, once the big protects, the backside player is Lonnie, and she has to play.
Wilkie lost it, and a takeaway for the BYU defense. Delaney Gibb over to the corner, a 3 on the way is good from Barber.
Sets up for that 3 and starts to let it fly, and it's like everybody else just crosses their fingers. They don't go harder with glass. They don't finish the play. It feels like, and it hasn't been an answer defensively for Utah to say no more at the rim. We've got to play some in-out defense. Plug away on offense, see what happens.
Clock running late. Gibb with some space and cashes in with another 3. Throws it out. Hamlin had it. Walker's got it. Walker to Evans. Evans muscles in the paint. Roll call with her 6th block. And now a foul on Roll call.
That's how good she is, and that's the trajectory that she is on. Besides, 2 more years of amazing college basketball.
L.A. Sneed starts the 4th quarter with a bucket. Utah has taken a 21-point deficit down to 13.
Well, Utah, you know, they have to defend first. They got to defend. They've got to rebound. They've got to explore with the dribble, just like you saw L.A. Sneed do. Make good decisions on that. They need to run, and they got to get every loose ball. So I think winning for them, they know how that how that would have ended, but not being able to start out with one tonight is just not the start that they had hoped for.
Hamlin out of the corner for three. Evans for Ross. Cut off by Yusuf. Evans a good look from the outside, and Utah has started to heat up from deep. It's back to a 13-point game. Evans with a strong screen. Across the river, in the corner. Foster for three. And the Utes have cut it to 10.
It's okay that she didn't win the drill because she hit one of the most iconic shots in Utah basketball history.
She hit the most important one. Gibb with a very important three to end what was a quality Utah run. To silence the crowd for just a bit and cool down this Utah team who has been red hot to start this fourth quarter. Sneed inside, that's the first field goal missed.
Takes the pressure off just hitting shots and see what happens.
Walker back to Evans, inside, scores it.
Good angle,
Evans.
good angle. You know, she keeps the ball long enough to let it develop and read that there's two defenders, gets the nice angle to the roller. Nice to see from Utah.
Delaney Gibb, money once again. Another triple for Gibb.
It's not too late, but is to take the ball out of her hands, do some double teaming off the POBs.
Gibb, a special player and a special performance. Gibb with 28. After losses, that was a tough one against Cincinnati. Gibb still going to work and still cooking here in the fourth quarter. That is now 30 for Delaney Gibb.
Well, the only thing left, and it's probably too late for that, is you literally have to keep the ball out of her hands. You have to make sure that you just play face deny like you were in some kind of a box and one. And
the Utes down by 13. Lonnie White for Reese Ross. Foster hit her last attempt and hits this one. It's back down to 10.
Successful at. So Benali's great job and makes Utah pay with that drive.
So now roll call, Cannon, and also Yusuf. All of them fouled out. Sneed with the left, banks it in. Now Utah will need to get the stops.
In that particular scenario.
Gibb gets it back with time to shoot. Launches, hits another one.
Well,
Utah has prided themselves on being a great three-point shooting team. They've shot 28.8% over the last 4 games. Tonight, 28% from this. A 13-point game. And getting late here at the Huntsman Center. Wilkie straight on through, good. It's down to 10. Just 37.8 seconds left. The BYU Cougars come into Salt Lake City and get the win. Lee Camargue was huge in turning things around in the men's side of this rivalry as a player, and he's helped turn it around on the women's side as a coach.